Hey squad, welcome back. This is Prepping with Sergeant. Today we're going to do, of course, another knife review. You guys know how much I love my knife reviews. This is the Curve 4.5 from SlicKnives. I want to say thank you to Brendan from SlicKnives for sending this out so that I could review this for you. This is a sexy beast. I mean, look at this thing. She's got curves for days, y'all. I think you're going to like this one. I think you're going to want to add this to your collection, but let's check it out together. We'll do the sharpness test, all of it, and then we'll come back and give you my final thoughts. Stay with me now. All right, we're going to take a look at this bad boy, or bad girl, if you will. The leather sheath, let's take a look at this first. Now you can get it with, you can get this dangler kit with it if you prefer to have it dangle a little bit from your hip. You know, kind of like you probably saw in shows like Sons of Anarchy and Yellowstone. But warning to you fellas, if you do wear your knife like this, your girlfriend or spouse may not be able to keep her hands off you when you're rocking that sexy biker or cowboy look. You know, that's up for you to decide. Let's take a look at the stitching on this. And of course, if you don't want the dangler look, you can just use the belt, the regular belt loop. This is a kit that you buy separately. And you can get the sheath in brown or black leather. Beautiful stitching. Nice work there. All right, let's go ahead and take the knife out and take a look at what we're looking at here. Let's first take a look at the craftsmanship here. It's beautiful work. Look at those curves. Look at that handle. Full tang, of course. I would tell you if it wasn't. Got a little lanyard hole there if you wanted to attach a lanyard. That's micarta. Feels really good in the hands. Got a little bit of jimping on the back. It's not a sharpened 90, but almost, which I wouldn't really be using this to strike a ferro rod anyways. You could, certainly, but that's not how I would use this knife. I would use this more for culinary uses, or if you are a hunter, you could certainly use this as a bird and fish knife, small game for processing. I think I'm going to use it as a camping culinary knife. Take a look at the logo there. See if I can get a little bit of, I'll get a little bit of glare going on there. There you go. So this steel is Baller N690. Baller N690, if you're not familiar with it, is very corrosion resistant. It's a stainless steel. It's martensitic chromium steel with high carbon content with a blend of cobalt, molybdenum, and vanadium. I'm sorry, I'm not good at pronouncing the elements. Molybdenum. Correct me in the comments down below. Just let me have it because I'm not good at pronouncing those words. So Baller N690 is sometimes used for surgical instruments because it is very, very clean, very corrosion resistant, and it can be brought to a very fine edge, okay, which is why I think this is going to make a really good culinary knife for me. The strengths of Baller N690 are the corrosion resistance and how easy it is to resharpen. So this is a hollow grind. Let's see if I can get you the edge there. Thickness of the blade is 0.12 inches. It is a 4.5 inch blade. 4.5 inch handle. So actually, you know, in terms of lengthwise, very well balanced. Of course, a little bit more weighted on the handle. Hardness rating of 60 to 61. It's got a beautiful satin finish there. Again, you can get the handle in either brown or black as well, just like the sheath. Let's take a look at this handle again. I love micarta. It has a natural grippiness to it, even when it gets wet. So if you're processing game or doing some work on some raw chicken, things like that, it's almost like as it gets wet, you get even a better grip. And one thing you can do with micarta is if it ever feels like it's losing its grippiness to you, you rough it up with a little bit of rough sandpaper. You don't need to do this out of the box, of course. It is perfect as it is out of box. Weight is 4.2 ounces, so fairly light. Actually feels really light in the hand. 8.7 inches overall. And again, I said the handle was 4.25 inches And the blade is, I'm sorry, slightly off, slightly longer on the blade side. 4.5 inches long on the blade, 4.25 on the handle. But very, very size-wise, right? You know, if you want to look at how long the blade versus handle is, it seems very well balanced. And of course that micarta is going to weigh it a little bit heavier on the handle, as you can see there. There we go. Just feels really good in the hands, y'all. Very, very light, but you can get a good grip with that micarta. You can use that jimping on the back if you needed to. Beautifully done. Brendan, nice work for you and your team. Nice work. All right, what do you think? You guys want to see some sharpness tests? Of course, we're going to start with a little bit of paper test. Paper test is one of the best ways to test sharpness of a knife. And what you're looking for is a nice smooth, like it should just cut it without any push. Like that. Oops, that was more me. Are you satisfied, folks? Pretty much make confetti with this thing. All right, let's try a little bit of leather strapping here. Again, I'm not anticipating any issues here. So we're gonna do a little slicey here, that's all. I'm not gonna use this the way that I would a bushcraft knife. I mean, I think in a pinch you could. It's definitely designed more for processing game or food. But, you know, if I had to in an emergency, I know I can cut wood with this. So I'm just going to test this a little bit differently than I normally would for a lot of the knives that you see me review on my channel. No problems there. No problems. Like, it's like surgically sharp, folks. Well, probably pretty close to it anyways. Yeah, nothing. It's like nothing, folks. It's so easy, so slicey dicey. Let's do a couple more. I got a little bit of paracord here. This is from the last time I did a knife review a couple weeks ago. Folks, if you are enjoying the knife reviews, please consider subscribing if you're not already. I've got a whole playlist of knife reviews for you to watch. I've got blade show footage, interviews with knife makers, all kinds of cool stuff. Make sure you check all that out. All right, so paracord 550 here. Yeah, it cut through it like it was butter, like soft butter. Actually, let's do 2. So, yeah, no problems, of course, that was me. All right, let's see if I can do 3. These are kind of small pieces now, but we'll do what we can. I might have to cut another piece. Let me see if I got a long one here. All right, 3 pieces. I'm not getting a good grip. Let's see. All right, hang on one second. We're gonna cut another piece. Cut a couple more pieces of 550 paracord just because I didn't have a long enough piece to do that with. There we go. Okay. Looking pretty good. And let's do, since this is probably going to be for me a culinary knife, let's go ahead and do the tomato test. Let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and take one last look at this curvy girl. And she is beauty. Wow. I know a lot of you, when I showed the preview of this a few weeks ago, you were telling me you wanted to see the review on this one. So here you go. Now you can let me know what you think in comments. It is a sexy, sexy knife. She got curves for days, y'all. And let's take one last look at this sheath for you as well. Beautiful work. Beautiful work. And again, the dangler kit is separate if you want that. If you like the low-hanging dangler and you want to look like a sexy biker or a cowboy, that's up to you. Or you can hang it from your belt with the belt loop that's like that. This is really simple to put together. It's just this little pin here that unscrews. And it's going to come loose in just a second. And I'll show you. And then you just do that. Okay? Really simple. All right, folks, I hope you enjoyed that. This is, of course, the Curve 4.5 from SlicKnives. Thank you once again to Brendan for sending this out so that I could review this for you all. Let's go ahead and put that QR code up here and our discount code and whatnot. And of course, we'll put it in the description and I'll try to do a pinned comment with it as well. So there's multiple ways that you can go ahead and place your order and get yourself one of these sexy beasts. I mean, look at this girl. Is she not sexy or what? This girl's got curves for days, man. All right, so I want to know down in the comments, how are you going to enjoy yours? For me, it's probably going to be my culinary knife from when I'm camping. That's how I think I'm going to end up using this. But it's also a good bird and trout knife, a good fishing knife, good for small game. I think you're really going to find a lot of different uses for this. It cuts like a razor, maintains like surgical instruments. It's just awesome, and she is beautiful, folks. Look at that. Look at that. All right, I hope you enjoyed this. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up if you're new to the channel. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to check in the description for all kinds of links and discount codes for products that I think you'll like. And lastly, don't forget to check out my knife playlist where I've got knife reviews for all kinds of different knives. I've got the Best of Blade show, all kinds of cool stuff that I think you'll like. We're going to go ahead and pin that as well. Keep planting your seeds, keep stacking your silver. This is Prepping with Sarge.